There it is. There it is. I can see that LinkedIn signal is looking poor for some reason. I don't know what that is. What's up, YouTube? I don't know why this is crawling the way it is. It's just not picking up like it should. Saying poor. I don't know. But I can tell you what the topic is. The topic is, what is enough profit? How are you earning enough profit? How do you even know? Right? And there's key factors. Some are more obvious than others, but the biggest thing is understanding that with profit, right? It's after, after. All bills are paid, everything is done, employees, and you've paid yourself. That number is profit. And you can even go a step further by saying, okay, now the number that's left over after all your operational expenses, is there a percentage of that number that is now going back into the business as maybe some sort of holding figure, right? Some sort of additional funds that allow the company to hold, right, for future business, for innovation, things like that, right? Then after that, what do you have left over? So that's when you have to ask, when is enough, earning enough profit, actually enough, right? And that's not an opportunity that everyone comes upon, right? Because some businesses are just scraping by. A lot of business owners don't count themselves as a part of the bills so that they can actually see a figure after that. There's a lot of different ways to really evaluate your business to determine whether or not you are earning enough profit. And sometimes that conversation could just be had so many times you just beat a horse, you know the saying. So the thing is making sure that you don't, I guess, what's the word I want to say? You really don't want to undervalue or undermine the term of operational costs, right? Because, like I've seen on some studies and some, unfortunately, some of the valuations that I've done on properties and stuff like that when I'm doing business, and people will say the word NOI, right? And they'll call it net ordinary income. And I'm like, well, what exactly is ordinary? And if we're going to say ordinary income, then what's unordinary income? It just doesn't make sense. It's operating income, net operating. It is the cost of doing business, that number, that NOI, that figure that's left over, right? That number is a number you want to look at after everything's said and done. And then that number is what's pulled from whether or not you have any other costs outside of the net operating income, right? So now we're talking about whether or not it's involving property, your business, and of that property, there's a mortgage or something like that. Then after all that's said and done, then you end up with a final number, typically called cash on cash, right? So these are the conversations that are had, and sometimes you can find out real quick when people know what they're talking about and they know their numbers. So look at your numbers, determine if you are earning enough income, evaluate that accordingly. If you are not, listen, you're going to learn to have to marry these spreadsheets. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know what you're looking at. Otherwise, your numbers are completely skewed and it won't work out. Sorry to break the news to you.